Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. This wasn't just a fight, it was a question. Could a king of the internet genuinely challenge a king of the ring in his own kingdom? This one question split the entire sports world down the middle. But when the ring lights came on, all the narratives, all the predictions, they all went up in smoke. Inside that ring, only two things remained: skill and heart. In this video, we're going to break down this historic fight like you've never seen before. We'll hear from the experts, the fighters, and the promoters to understand what was really going on inside those ropes.
Every single one of them. You've lost every single round. This could be a legacy ender, AJ.
There we go.
How'd you feel, AJ?
It could have been better, but we got there in the end. Watch out.
Oh, thank you.
Could have been better, but we got there in the end.
Curious, man. How does Tyler feel in there?
It was alright.
Yeah. Did you? Were you surprised he lasted as long as he did?
Huh?
What did you do? Were you surprised he lasted as long as he did?
Kinda.
No. What do you think? Good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight. Listen, respect to Jake. You know, he was a tough guy in there. Obviously, he moved a lot and made it difficult for AJ. And AJ's been out of the ring for a while. He's a bit rusty. It took him time to just get hold of him, but I was impressed with Jake. And listen, as I said to Nikisa, at the end of the day, he took shots that a lot of people would have got knocked out clean out by, especially at the end. You know. So yeah.
Was it frustrating for you to watch?
No, I mean, maybe, like, obviously, when someone's moving like that, like, it's going to take you a while to get hold of them, and when they're rugby tackling you, but he had to do what he had to do to survive.
Before the fight, the atmosphere was electric. AJ, being called the old guy, was making his return to the ring, and all eyes were on him. But the pressure wasn't just on AJ, it was also on Jake Paul, who, despite being the underdog in every round, was holding his own.
I'm just so proud of him. That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts.
Right.
Like, minus the actual victory, obviously, of course, but bro, like, no one expected him to last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that. He at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fighting, man. Like, that's toughness.
Time, and you got to realize, you know, Jake Paul had his hands down.
Yeah.
He was basically waiting for that knockout.
Absolutely. And where is the Tyson Fury Joshua fighting happening now?
Yeah, it should happen. I think it should happen.
Who wins it? Who wins it?
Oh, don't ask me too soon. It's too soon for that, man.
Excuse me, Lennox, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I miss you, Lennox.
Hey, what's going on,
up,
buddy?
Man? Good to see you.
Yeah, man.
Just let me know your thoughts on Jake going 6 rounds with AJ.
You know, the fact that he did that, it was good because, you know, we didn't think it was going to go 6 rounds. We thought it was going to go 2. So the fact that he made 6 rounds is an accomplishment for Jake Paul.
Outside the ring, the pride in Jake's brother Logan Paul's eyes was undeniable. According to him, Jake had shocked everyone by lasting 6 rounds. Even boxing legend Lennox Lewis admitted that for Jake to go 6 rounds was a massive accomplishment.
Back in the U.S., you got the finish that you desired, but can you kind of talk about the frustration of dealing with Jake's movement? Is that what you expected out of him in this fight? And were the things that you think about that was like, I could have done something a little bit better to end this night early?
So there was 2 things that could have happened in the fight. Jake would have either come full steam ahead 100 miles an hour, or Jake would have moved around the ring 100 miles an hour. There's 2 things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 miles an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided to put the pressure on.
Were you impressed the fact that Jake lasted so long, or I don't know, what's your take on it?
Not really. I expected that, you know.
You expected him to last?
I expected Jake to fight the way he fought.
Right.
You know, trying to stay away. You don't know if how long that's gonna last. You know, Joshua has something to say about that. So you don't know, but I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised.
I tried when I could. It was a bit messy, but from a systematical breakdown, the right hand landed, it found his home, and the referee waved it off after. Did he get counted out or did the ref wave it off?
I believe he got counted out.
So the right hand found his home.
Out, yeah.
I would have loved to have landed some more body shots, but it weren't for tonight, maybe in the future, but we got the job done in the end anyway.
After the fight, AJ explained his strategy. He knew Jake would either come forward at full speed or dance around the ring. AJ decided to apply the pressure. But was he surprised by Jake's grit? Probably not.
Just to follow up on Jake, he said he broke his jaw in the aftermath. Has he gone to hospital? What's the health update on Jake?
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from the doctors and surgeons we've already talked to is 4 to 6 weeks.
Fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best.
You can gauge the sheer intensity of this fight by one fact. Jake Paul's jaw was broken. Despite that, he kept fighting. Even AJ acknowledged that Jake had spirit and heart. This wasn't just a physical battle, it was a psychological war.
Yeah, I knew we were going to beat him, but I didn't expect it to go as many rounds as it did. And I think Jake deserves a huge amount of credit because I know he ran and held, but he did throw shots at times. But where I think he deserves credit is he took some punishment. And that shot was a similar right hand that flattened Ngannou and put him to sleep. And I know it shattered Jake Paul's jaw and broke his jaw, but he was, I mean, it wasn't okay, but he was on, you know, he was awake. So I've got to give him credit. I think he's a crazy
Yeah, y'all ain't giving him enough credit.
Did you see it like ending, like the way it was going?
Man, Jake Paul landed some punches, bro. Some crazy punches, man. You know, it's not his weight class.
Right. I was gonna say he landed that right hand flush and it didn't seem to do anything.
Not his weight class.
Right. So what's next? Is it keep fighting? Do you think you did well enough to keep fighting?
I want to see Jake Paul in there again.
You want to see him again?
I want to see him. And I'm trying to think of with who, but you guys don't give Jake Paul enough credit, bro.
Experts were stunned at how Jake absorbed such devastating punches. The same right hand that put Ngannou to sleep broke Jake's jaw, but he stayed conscious. It forced everyone to ask, is it time to take Jake Paul seriously?
Most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him in a fight with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
Logan Paul was full of praise for his brother. He said for a YouTuber to last 6 rounds against a heavyweight champion who was 40 pounds heavier and 6 inches taller with a broken jaw and an injured ankle was an unbelievable achievement.
I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me and Jake did. And secondly, even when he got knocked down, he kept on trying to get up. And I take my hat off to him. So America, I think you have someone who could potentially, if he still has the heart for it, come back again, dust the dirt off his shoulder and come again and maybe sell out this center sometime in 2026. Maybe against a Gervonta Davis, a Ryan Garcia, who knows?
AJ also showed Jake Paul full respect after the fight. He mentioned that many fighters are scared to get in the ring with him, but Jake showed courage. Even after being knocked down, he kept trying to get up. According to AJ, if Jake still has the passion, he can come back.
It's fine. You came over to me off camera. Are you okay? Of course. Gutted, but more than fine. You know, it was just fucking breathtaking, the whole thing. I mean, if you want drama, you fucking got drama. I mean, not really in the way that we wanted, to be honest with you, but I'm so proud of AJ because he couldn't have had a worse start. You know, first round, just went back in a straight line with his chin in the air, got hit by a monster right hand. Second round, took a shellacking, was out of the fight. The fight was over. You know, I actually felt at the end of the second round, I actually thought the fight was over at the end of the second round. And the third round, just holding on for dear life. Come back and win this from here. This will be one of the greatest comeback victories of all time. But unfortunately, walked onto a monster right hand. No, I'm right.
Tom, can I sneak one?
And just really proud of him because I said to him, you couldn't have done any more. When it's all over, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I tried my absolute nuts off in there tonight. And he gave it everything.
Promoter Eddie Hearn called this fight a clash of two different worlds. In his view, hype doesn't matter in the ring. Only execution does. He praised AJ's composure and Jake's nerve. Hearn admitted this was a crucial moment for boxing, one that will force the sport to evolve.
He felt that he was coming back into the fight, and you know, I spoke to him at length last night, and he was really prepared to go to the trenches. He said to me, I'm really prepared to do whatever it takes. And he never stopped trying. You know, it was hard to watch at times in round 2 and 3, it was. But he never stopped holding on, never stopped swinging. And I think we should be proud of him for that performance.
Joshua's performance was absolutely fantastic. It was a fantastic knockout, and I almost got it right. I predicted 1 round, and he got it in 2, so it was what it was. But listen, you get a bit cocky like he did, and it was what it was. It was what it was. He got knocked out, and that's what a boxer should do to an MMA fighter. So credit to AJ. He did a fantastic job.
And then the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, weighed in with his signature style. He called it a fantastic knockout and said that's what a boxer should do to an MMA fighter. Fury praised AJ, but also gave a nod to Jake for showing heart.
In the heavyweight division, it's what happens. 1 punch away from being smashed, knocked out.
What went wrong, you feel, with the game plan that Joshua had in that first round?
I think what went wrong is what always goes wrong in heavyweight boxing. Good right hand on the end of the chin. And that was it.
Can you come back from this, Tyson?
I don't know. Listen, it's up to the man and whatever he wants to do. If he's got a good ambition to come back again and do it, he's got to do it.
What's going to happen tomorrow?
I thought it was a 50-50 fight. God's honest truth. It is what it is. And listen, you get caught with them punches, and you don't see many heavyweights get hit, get knocked down, get back up to you and continue on.
Fury shed light on the reality of heavyweight boxing, 1 punch away from being smashed. According to him, it's not confidence that works in the ring, but toughness. This fight wasn't about flash, it was about endurance and control.
What did you make of Jake Paul beating a former world champion?
Again, I'm the guy who watches highlights. I saw some of the highlights. I like what I saw in Jake. Jake, to me, has always been an awesome power puncher. People don't like to give him credit for boxing, but he is a power puncher. He can knock anybody out there. He can hit clean. Effort, but I think he waited too long. People better take Jake serious because Jake is serious. It's dangerous when you go in there. No matter who it is, it's dangerous anyway. So, I mean, it could be dangerous for anybody, including him. But if he gets himself in the right shape and continues on the path he's on, I think he'll do all right.
I'm going to try and put you on the spot here. You have to answer in a yes or no. Will Jake Paul become a world champion?
No.
Why?
I think if they make him fight tough opponents, guys with experience, those guys will beat him. Now, if he gets somebody like myself at the end of their career, or somebody like Tyson, he caught at the end of their career, the chances are much higher.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. viewed the fight through a technician's lens. He said the fight was all about control and adjustment. He highlighted AJ's experience and Jake's awesome power. Roy stated it clearly. People better take Jake serious because Jake is serious.
Of course I'm shocked. I got it completely wrong. I thought it would end within 4 rounds, and it didn't. Well, it did. For AJ, it was over in the first when that right hand landed. One guy comes out and lets his hands go immediately,
Josh starts and he's fencing and he's trying to box and set it up. It was the wrong approach, and he'll know. I hope he walks in the post-fight press conference and says tonight, made a mistake, I want a rematch straight away, and he jumps on him. Because Anthony Joshua, when he's letting his hands go, is the most destructive heavyweight in the world.
But can Jake Paul become a world champion? Roy Jones Jr.'s answer was a straight no. In his opinion, it would be tough for Jake against experienced fighters.
He didn't let his hands go quick enough, and that's just the game with him.
Can he come back from it?
Of course he can. Like I've just said to you, he's still one of the most destructive heavyweights in the world. It's just tonight, he's had a guy just set about him straight away. I'm not taking anything away from the world champion. I give him all the praise and all the credit in the world, take nothing away from him. Anthony Joshua's back on the rebuilding road. Do I think he can come back? I don't think. I know he can. All the best. As you can see tonight, I have got the wife, and she is going to get...
Tony Bellew spoke from the emotional perspective of a fighter. He pointed out AJ's wrong approach, but also stated that AJ is still the most destructive heavyweight and can make a comeback. He also praised Jake's composure.
What did you make of what AJ just produced?
You just said what it was, a devastating performance. You know, I always felt whoever landed the first punch and the hurtful punch would win the fight, and that's how it turned out. Well, for how long the first round, before he got clipped, he was shaping up all right, but then he pulled that beautiful shot out and caught him with it, and he just never got over it.
People obviously try and draw comparisons to the Fury performance, but aside from that, what does that send out in terms of the rest of the heavyweight division? What does that message send out now from AJ?
Well, he's had two superb wins, hasn't he, his last two fights? So he's firmly re-established himself, and there's some really good fights to be made there.
Frank Warren saw the fight as a high-stakes business. According to him, the ring doesn't lie. Reputations don't protect you, preparation does. He applauded AJ's devastating performance.
He was brilliant. He boxed the plan. He'd done everything that I believed he was capable of doing. He boxed behind a superb jab, and that was the key to winning the fight, the jab.
He started fast. A lot of people said if he was to be successful, he had to kind of hurt Anthony Joshua early.
A lot of people said he was going to get beat.
Yeah. When he did drop him in that first round, did you feel like the writing was on the wall somewhat?
I knew he could hurt him, but then again, I knew that AJ could hurt. And he's got a fabulous jab, an unbelievable jab, and he's got power in both hands, and he's fast, he's got speed. And I said that all the way through from the beginning. When we were talking about it, all this.
So, what was this fight in the end? A spectacle? A legit contest? Or a glimpse into the future of boxing? You've heard the opinions and the experts, the fighters, and the promoters. Now it's your turn. Let us know in the comments. Did this fight change your view on crossover bouts, or did it reinforce what you already believed about heavyweight boxing? Share your thoughts. And hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to FactVault. See you in the next one.